This time, look at our Peugeot Vivacity 50 scooter. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Stink wheel, hairdryer. Yep, it seems the British biker just doesn't get along with scooters. They're just not proper bikes, are they? But a British rider's missing a trick. On the continent, automatic scooters are really popular, and even the greats that market cut their teeth on automatic scooters like these, although obviously on a racetrack form, but essentially the same type of thing. Scooters make a really great first bike. After all, you get to learn road skills rather than fiddle around with gears and clutches and things. You just get the road craft right before you move on to a geared bike. If you really want to, of course. So what I've got here is our much modified 1999 Vivacity 50. At least that's what it started life with. It was originally bought for the mother-in-law, brand new way back in the day. But it's passed down from the family. I used it for work, and my son used it to cut his teeth on the road, a purpose for which it is incredibly well suited. After all, these old two-stroke stink wheels, they might be smelly and some people reckon they sound horrible, but they're eminently tunable, and actually they go really well. It's incredible how much performance you can extract from such a tiny engine once you get a little bit naughty with the span settings. The bike weighs in at a ludicrous 80 kilos, so anybody could chuck the thing around. It's like a push bike with an engine attached to it. The scooter is the easiest vehicle in the world to learn. You've only got a throttle and some brakes, and of course indicators and lights and things. But it's really easy to ride on the road than a push bike, I believe. The Peugeot handles really well, considering those tiny wheels. Once you get used to them, they feel a little bit skittish when you first get used to them from a large bike. But the grip's pretty good. The suspension's a bit bouncy, and the frames flex around. But to be honest, that really adds to the fun. You start to chuck this bike around on a twisty road, and it's a bit of a giggle, to be honest. The seat is really comfortable, but the sitting position is really weird. It's quite tall, but then there's also no leg room once you get on it. I really hate to think that they based the ergonomics around. It must have been a very strange looking sort of a trap. The little two-stroke engine is quite buzzy. But there's fairly low vibration, not surprising because the internals are minute. And with the variator gearing, acceleration is quite peppy, quite surprisingly so. It can catch you out sometimes, it really can. And top speed's a little on the naughty side, it's certainly well above 30, and we've seen over 60 on it on several occasions, and it can cruise at 50. It cruises so well that my son was able to use it on a trip to Ireland. He just drove on the ferry up to Liverpool, down A roads of course, but it performed really well on those sort of roads, and it can maintain a really good cruising speed. Overall, it's a blooming impressive performer really. The only downside with those little two-stroke engines is the fuel economy. It's just no match for the more modern four-stroke scooters you can get today. That said, it's a lot peppier. Now, I've owned quite a few scooters over the years, some much larger than this one of course, but I've actually quite enjoyed riding all of them. There's much more to a scooter as a mode of transport than you might think. They can sometimes be really fun, and they're so much more worthy than the rather low reputation they have. So give one a try, you might enjoy it.